doctor right now who's out there saving lives. Out there, he's out there.
This is my fucking.
Yeah. It's not going to be his opinion, so don't do anything stupid and say that he told you to.
Yeah.
And, it's definitely not the opinion of anybody that gives the rescue company one a house.
Nope.
Or work.
Nope.
Or anything like that. It's just mine. So welcome to As The Rotor Turns. And there's Josh. What's up? Say hi.
Hey,
and Amber.
Josh.
Hello.
Well,
Josh's other half that people haven't seen on the podcast.
I don't know
before,
what to
so it's
do
gonna
with
be
this
good.
mic.
Yeah, look at
what
that.
about your hands? Do you know what to do
I
with
don't
those?
know what to do with this mic.
I don't
You gotta move it up, or
I
you're
feel
not
like
gonna
you
be
should
able to
move it
hear.
up. Just
Is
a
it
little
okay? Do I bring it back up?
Up.
Bring it back up.
There you
Gotta
go.
go right in
Hi.
your mouth.
Hey.
Got kind of an echo there, but that's
Whoa.
all right.
Hello.
What's the echo from?
I don't know.
Hello.
And then there's
Hello?
the hippo back there on the ones and twos. With headphones.
Spinning it up.
Yep. And then there's, hey, baby.
Hey.
I love you.
Do
I
I have a
love
cat on
you.
my back?
You do.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not happy right now.
Yeah. Can somebody
He's
get the
saying
cat?
hello.
I'm not. I don't want to say hello back.
Well, you don't have to.
I'm
put-
projecting negativity,
Well, if
Get
you
rid of the cat.
projected-
which would deter a dog, not incur a tail. What the hell?
Yeah. And there's
Lulu.
birthday buddy. Hey, birthday buddy. And then there's Sandy, who's undercover. She's on the witness protection
is.
program.
She's witness protection.
Nobody's
What
going to
is
see her
this
today.
fucking cat doing right now?
Yeah. Can you get rid of the cat,
My cat
please?
loves
This
you.
is so distracting.
I've seen Constantine way too many
I love you.
times.
He's gonna move.
Do you want?
Oh, it's a he. Now I'm even more.
I will gladly move them.
Lucky. I need you to luck
Yep.
your ass on somewhere else.
So, anyways, welcome to As The Rotor Turns.
Ah,
Lots to talk about today. We were supposed to be on yesterday. We had a lot of different things that happened, which we'll talk about today, which is why we weren't on yesterday. But we're on today in the afternoon. So
Good
here you go.
times.
Here we are. And Josh is back.
Yeah, I'm back. Hello.
Yeah.
Been
hello.
here like multiple days.
Multiple days. In a
I
row.
know. This is crazy. So,
I don't
anyways,
quite know what to do. But,
hey, birthday buddy, what do we got going on today?
oh, we got a lot of things, but we should probably do Trisha's word first.
Oh, go ahead, baby. You got a
Trish
word?
and the border. Does she give
Trisha's
like a
word.
border report?
She gives a word.
Oh,
yeah,
Word.
So we're gonna talk about a bucket bunny. What's
Buck-
that?
what
Bucket
the
bunny.
hell
I have a
is
guess.
Bucket bunny?
Okay.
It-
A shot.
No,
Nope.
it's a girl who only goes after linemen.
Oh.
You should look
And
it
by-
up before we came in. There's no way you
I
knew
mean,
that.
it's not really
And by-
very
and by-
difficult.
and by
'Cause
linemen, and
they
by
like badge bunnies, bucket
Yeah.
bunnies.
Never heard
Pose
the term.
bunnies.
You've never heard the term badge bunny.
Electricians. Come on.
Pose
Bucket.
bunny.
I mean, I've heard
All
the
the
term
things.
horse.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Same shit.
So,
Yeah.
so you're talking about bucket
These-
like being on a like
I'm
the-
thinking like
yeah.
a bucket
They
truck.
only like
Yeah.
Yeah.
electrical
An electrician.
linemen.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking serious? She hit it right off the bat?
Yeah,
She
she
did.
did.
God damn it, buddy.
Because
I'm
she
telling
is.
you.
Yeah.
She is a bucket bunny.
My next husband will be a lineman.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
And we're taking
disrespectful.
applications now.
Or he'll tell the line.
No shit. You get that, man. That's awesome. That's impressive right there.
Yeah, that's a bucket bunny.
That's what she's
Somebody
my
that
assistant.
only likes electrical linemen. They don't care whether or not they're married or not. They're just gonna
Electrical
fuck 'em.
lineman.
And you know, that's
Oh, I
been
thought
like
we were
a
talking about
whole
offensive lineman.
that's
No,
been like
no.
a whole thing with the deployment in the hurricane.
No
There was
shit.
this whole like TikTok thing about
Oh, I
all
didn't
these
see that.
linemen
See?
who are out of town trying to restore people's
Whores.
power,
Taking
they're
over
being-
major cities, and small towns.
Small town.
and they're being man whores and trying to cheat on their wives.
Well, that's
And
not
the girls
surprising.
that they're going with are going on TikTok
Turned back on.
and
they're
telling the
like
wives.
They're
Linemen,
bucket bunnies.
Groupies,
I can't with him.
whores,
Yes.
whores.
What?
They
Well,
are
you
whores.
know.
You know,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
funny because that's my new job. I'm going to pretend to be anywhere I'm at. What do you do?
Yeah.
You're
I'm
a
a
bucket
lineman.
bunny.
I am a lineman. Got
Yeah.
a bucket truck.
Yeah.
Don't go on TikTok. You'll be found.
You're not gonna be a bucket bunny.
No, because that means I don't like dick.
Exactly.
I think we've covered that before on the show, but let's just state it again. Not my thing, but if people like it, I'm cool with it too. Just I don't like it.
I like it.
I love you though.
I like
I
it.
know
I'm just
you
glad
do.
she picked a word I got.
I know. All right. Well, what else we got, buddy?
Anyways, so we've had pretty eventful stuff happening in the news. We had a very young deputy, only 21 years old, in a neighboring county, Polk County. Some may be aware of our love for Grady Judd.
We do love Grady Judd.
Oh, I love the guy.
He
Paints a hell
was
of a
killed in
pain.
the line of duty.
He what?
He was killed in the line of duty by
Oh,
friendly
my.
fire.
Oof.
By a what?
Friendly fire.
Friendly fire.
Oh no.
So
That's
they
never
were at this meth head's house. Cranker is what Mr. Judd calls her.
Crankers.
A
Yeah.
cranker. Cheryl Lynn Williams, 46 years old, I think. They were serving an arrest warrant on her
Was this in the
for
woods?
failure to appear.
Pretty close.
They
to
had gotten a tip on their crime line at about 2 a.m. that somebody knew exactly where she was. They'd been looking for her. They went out to serve this arrest warrant. He had taken a tactical position outside of the house, and 2 other deputies had made entry into the home. She went into another room, pulled what appeared to be a gun on them in what is believed to have
no.
been an attempted suicide by law enforcement type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
They opened fire on her. Turns out it was just a BB gun. They did
she
show
die?
did show pictures of it. It looked very realistic. She was shot twice, taken to the hospital. She's in custody at the hospital. But when the 2 deputies opened fire on her, one of them, their shot went through the
The
wall.
wall.
To the exterior of the house, and it hit him in the
shit.
shoulder
Ouch.
and traveled to his chest cavity.
What?
Initially, they thought he was going to be fine, that it was just a shoulder shot because he said, I got hit
Never just a
in the
shoulder
arm. Transported him to the hospital, thought he was going to be fine, found out obviously it was much more serious than that. 21 years old, 8.5 months
Ouch.
on the job.
Which
doing
hospital
his
did you go to?
The whole
Lakeland,
life to live.
Lakeland.
So
doing
you,
his dream job.
you know the one of the things that I think is important to point out during this whole thing here is that the most vulnerable spot on a on bulletproof vest is that higher
Shoulder,
shot,
yep.
that shoulder area,
Right in this,
Absolutely.
and
right
stuff
in
like
this
that.
area.
And it's just, here's the thing. Again, you put the officer in a police car, you take him to the hospital. Lots of things happen in transit, and those are the things kind of where having somebody train right then and there when you're serving these warrants and stuff like that, having that paramedic that's trained for that, they're going to strip the person down and going to see where the bullet traveled to. I'm a little bit sensitive to this type of call and this type of injury, because here's the thing. My dad died from a bullet that went through a person, went through the wall and hit my dad. So that's, my old man died from. So it's like, it's just, you never know what the trajectory of the bullets are going to do and what's happening. And here's a guy, and it's funny. It's kind of crazy when you listen to Grady Judd's conference. He tells them right off the bat that he was not near a window. He wasn't near a door. He's in a tactical position outside. So that bullet came through a wall and hit this guy.
Yeah.
And
What caliber was this?
A 3-inch
Probably was this guy
change in any
shooting
direction of how or
357
where he
Magnum?
was standing, it would have missed him.
Yeah, it's.
Wow.
I'm
it's
sure it was
insane,
probably
man.
like an AR or something.
Insane. I remember earlier in the day when this happened, the Buddy, you had seen the thing come out, and Amanda was like, Grady Joe was different. He's very animated when he puts anything out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And here's like all of a sudden he put something out and not a lot of information came out with it. And Amanda's like, something's up with this, like something's weird, something's different. And then later on that night, I go, hey, you were right, man. Like it's friendly fire, green on green.
That sucks.
So
And how horrible is that for that person?
yeah, I'm sure.
For the one that
the
was actually
deputies
shooting.
Yeah, the deputies inside, they were just doing their job, what they were trained to do. He had done what he was trained to do. It wasn't a training problem at all.
No.
This was a person that had a very heavy drug problem, who had spent 9 years in prison already for drugs, and they were going after her for failure to appear at a hearing
Just one
for
of those
another
damn
meth charge.
Regulars.
That
Yeah.
Random crap.
same method that I'm gonna tell you, man, there's a lot to be said about this war that we have on drugs and all that stuff, and the lives that are lost that don't need to be lost over stupid shit like this. And you know what? Let these motherfuckers tweak themselves to death.
Let them tweak themselves to death. Can
Yeah.
we stop carrying Narcan for that?
Yeah.
Well, it's getting a
Please.
lot easier with
And-
as much drugs are crossing the border thanks to Brandon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
stop letting them
let's go,
out.
Brandon,
Thanks to
by the
Brandon.
way.
Yeah.
I don't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a
Go,
bite
Brand.
thing.
Google
You
it.
got a non-political person here, so you will know.
We
I
don't
don't-
need to talk about
I
politics,
don't
but
know.
Anyway.
yeah, that sure is a open goddamn border
Yeah,
right there.
absolutely.
with a lot of drugs crossing it,
Yeah, absolutely.
making things harder on everybody.
What else you got, buddy?
Well, unfortunately, we have several topics of not so good news, but then we did come up. There is one good thing at the end. So here's our next set of bad news. There was a 24-year veteran of the FDNY that was expected to retire in just a few months. She was killed
Oh,
after an
some.
unprovoked attack.
I did too.
She was stabbed multiple times. Her name is Lieutenant Allison Russo. And all I've seen really is that the guy had no means or reason to attack her.
She was on the job when it happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
Line
going to
of
get
duty.
lunch.
Oh,
She's on her way to get lunch and walked by this house, and this guy freaking went
Jeez.
nuts.
Ran out and stabbed her.
And he, of course, pled not guilty.
Yeah, of course.
You know, here's another
well, that's just New York. I mean,
Well-
they are very liberal on crime right now.
mental health history this
Non-political.
guy
Let's
had. This
stop that,
guy,
by the way.
so this guy been the only other incident with the police is basically he's out of control. His history of schizophrenia and just you know, all around on
mean,
medical.
look at that
look
face.
At those eyes.
Look at
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a bad
scary.
guy.
Mm.
Past
That's a bad
psychiatric
guy.
history. Yeah, you think?
If you look really close, one of those eyes cannot be accounted for.
Yeah.
That'd scare the
One's
crap out
one's
of
going
me.
one way
Yeah.
and one's going the other
Those
way. That's a
eyes
cockeyed
are
bitch.
like
That's what you call crazy
cold.
eyes.
You
That's
cross
what you
the
call
street.
crazy eyes.
That's what you call crazy eyes right there, you know?
they're cold.
And, you know, here's the thing, man. The medical
Yeah, there she is.
assistance for mental issues is definitely
Shit.
always it sucks. Fucking
It
sucks.
is a shit show here
And
in the
this-
U.S.
Here's this gentleman that probably should have been in a facility and is at home because there's
Yeah.
not enough room for him anywhere else.
Well,
you
we
know,
don't we don't do a lot for mental health here.
well, no.
We used to do better, in my opinion.
Did we?
Did we?
Back in a long time ago, when we would actually I know it sounds absolutely horrible, but sometimes I really feel like these people need to be institutionalized because everything you always hear for people that are mentally ill is that anytime they're on their medication, they don't feel like themselves. So oftentimes they stop taking that medication, and then they go back to their schizophrenic selves that is not in touch with reality, and they end up doing things that are not acceptable, like killing people.
You know, the New York, when you go look at it, there's like tons of notable cases that are mental health driven murders that are happening in New York City.
Absolutely.
You know, the biggest one that to point out is John Lennon. John Lennon was killed by, you know, a mentally,
Crazy dude.
you know,
So
sick
here's
person.
the other thing that I find incredibly interesting. Almost every single schizophrenic patient has a thing with religion.
Well, I don't know how true that is. If you're basing that on data or we're on
Experience.
Lots of people grow up with religion.
a show. Yeah.
So in my
Every now and then.
experience, every single schizophrenic patient has some sort of conflict with God and Satan.
Well,
Or
Every
they
single
just
one.
start spitting gibberish.
well, we'll just
Or conspiracy. Yeah.
conspiracy type thing.
Absolutely. But they are always very religiously driven
Yeah.
with some strange thing that you're like, what?
Well, we'll find some evidence-based practice on that, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah,
My experience means nothing.
it means a lot, baby.
20
I think,
something years of
being a beautiful,
being with
and the
psych
emergency-
patients and schizophrenics that
Allegedly,
always talk
yes.
about religion.
No experience.
Yeah.
None. I have none. No experience
I'm not
here.
saying you don't have experience.
I
I'm
didn't
just
say
saying,
you didn't.
No, well, okay, we'll agree to disagree.
Anyways,
Go ahead, buddy.
moving on. Coolio died on Wednesday.
Coolio, man.
Coolio died?
Coolio died.
What? Are you kidding
We
me?
need to get a snippet
Okay.
of that song in
Wait,
here now.
Coolio really did
Coolio.
die?
Yeah.
he died.
On Wednesday. He's 50. He was 59.
I need
That's
to
too
tell him.
early. What the fuck happened to him?
We don't know.
Coolio?
Yeah. But,
They-
Coolio
She's like,
was in a
who's
great
Coolio?
movie, the first one they made with
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer,
Oh,
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds, and then they
What?
remade it until everybody
I
got
don't,
sick of it.
I don't know anything about that remake.
Yeah,
It
What the
says
fuck
there
happened
was
to Coolio?
no presence of drugs or paraphernalia. Doesn't appear to be any foul play. They're waiting on an autopsy and toxicology.
What the fuck?
Man, Dangerous Minds.
Just ruined her whole
It's
day.
Coolio.
yeah.
And then
How did he die with no drugs?
Yeah.
It's a great song.
That's
And
from
now
the-
we're
that's from the movie.
flagged.
I
on
know.
Facebook.
I went to see it. It was a bad
R.I.P.
experience.
It's crazy, man. I miss him already.
Well,
Well, we can't hear it.
Yeah. So
They get it.
Yeah, they get it. Yeah.
Did you just say bacon?
No,
They
said
get it.
They get it.
Man,
Jesus
somebody's
Christ, what the
hungry.
fuck
You
is
want
happening
some bacon thrown in the oven?
What the fuck is happening right now?
Somebody needs
It's
some
the
bacon.
lack of headphones.
All right.
Everybody's
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, headphones are gonna be
Really?
a must from now.
Bacon on the mind.
What else you got, buddy?
Loretta Lynn died.
Oh
They go- they go
Oh,
through.
no.
On my Alexa show.
That one I don't have.
Yesterday morning.
She, however, was
Loretta
old.
Lynn.
Yes.
She was
Coal
90.
miner's
She was
daughter.
old. She
Coal miner's
actually,
daughter.
she actually
Fucking that's a
battled
good-
mental health
Damn.
problems also.
Did you really?
Same with
She totally did.
Well, their
what
family
was it a few
does.
months ago? Naomi Judd killed herself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Their
But
family
I'm
has.
pretty sure Loretta
Yeah.
Lynn was the
Naomi
same
Judd
way.
killed herself?
She had like depression.
So that
Yeah,
that
mom.
does complete the 3.
I did not know that.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. No,
I didn't
Oh.
know about Naomi Judd either. I
I
just
swear.
heard.
Oh, I knew about Naomi Judd.
that's
That
crazy.
So,
Did we?
like the Josh Wolf special, Loretta Lynn's granddaughter, I think,
Yeah, was in there singing the
was
song.
on there and singing songs with him.
So that
I love
completes the
Josh
3, huh?
But she was 90.
Loretta Lynn was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
If I
Yeah,
could
she-
make
she's
it to
90.
90, I'm a happy girl.
And she died
She was old.
peacefully in her bed.
Yeah.
good for her. That's how I want to die.
You know, that's not
can't
how I
wish-
go.
Mhm.
That's how I want to go.
You know,
Doesn't mean how I'm
Me
gonna
and Josh
go.
have had this conversation before. I saw how I go in a lady's eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I go.
I don't go. I know I don't go out certain ways.
You know the way I go, people will talk about it.
I wanna go out like that.
That fucker called this shot. He said he was going to go like this. telling you right now.
I want to die in my
Yeah,
sleep. Please.
Absolutely.
Sleep, please. Yeah.
No, I'm not
No,
dying in my
no, you
sleep.
got to go out where like you
I don't want
disable the altimeter safety on your parachute
Oh, no.
and just go
No,
right into
no.
the ground.
Just ride that motherfucker down.
You'll never feel a thing,
He gave me
but it'll
I'm
be
good.
exhilarating all
I
the way to the
don't,
ground.
I don't want to.
and
You'll
yeah,
make a divot in the ground.
and
I didn't like parachuting the first time.
the best,
You know,
the best part is
you'll a human dart.
have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that Bill Burr story, like about the helicopter?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That is the funniest fucking skit in the whole world. Like
Mhm.
when that guy goes like, "Have you ever heard this?"
Yeah.
Like the dude's mentally, they're not mentally ill. Like he's like got like he's dying from something, and he decides he's going to go in the helicopter,
Mhm.
and he's just going to jump out.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, I think I do remember
and
that.
he's like,
That's a bad plan.
It's the son of the guy that owned the helicopter, the
Yeah.
company that just the dad
But he had
passed
a
it on
terminal
to him.
illness. He didn't.
Yeah,
He didn't tell
But he
anybody
didn't
about.
die.
What?
He
Bad
didn't die.
plan.
How high were
He
they?
fucking hit that water hard. He goes
Mhm.
the way Bill Burr tells it. He's like, ah, this hurts worse.
This hurts worse.
Oh, that's the greatest shit I've ever heard. We got to put a link to that on the notes there.
Yeah.
Oh, what else
Yeah.
you got, buddy?
My last real bit of news for this segment is some pretty good news.
Oh,
They released this week that they will be taking down the free fall ride where the young man Tyree fell. to his
That's
death.
good.
yeah. So they
is that the one we were on?
That was
Oh,
all
they
over
said
the
they're
news.
not going to
That's the one
reopen it.
downtown.
Nope, they're taking it down.
I drive. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was all over.
Oh,
the
so who was
news.
right about that?
you were right, babe.
Oh, okay.
I've said it on the air. There you go. You won
Just checking.
For all to know.
one. So at least the memorial is going to go up.
Mhm.
in,
It says
in
we
the thing there.
listened to the wishes of Tyree's family and the community and have made the decision to take down the free fall. In addition, Orlando Slingshot will honor Tyree and his legacy in the classroom and on the football field by creating a scholarship in his name.
That
That's
slingshot
awesome.
is
That's awesome.
just as
Awesome.
unsafe.
Here's a cool thing. I've been holding on to this since Amanda told me for this right here. I bet money. I'm just a guy
Oh, jeez.
throwing money out there. That thing sold for a few $100,000 to some other place that's going to put it up.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
right.
Sick,
Yeah.
but true.
It's that ride is going up somewhere else, either in the United
Oh, yeah.
States or outside
Oh,
the
yeah.
US.
Absolutely.
And they
Mexico,
just
it
sold
don't
that-
matter.
They sold that ride for money
Yeah.
because we tear down roller coasters and
We
sell
tear
them,
down
right?
everything and sell it.
they're selling that shit somewhere else.
They're going to put it
Medical
back up in LA.
equipment, you name it.
Yeah, so
Coming to a
that's
theme park in Rio de
to be
Janeiro.
continued is what I like to say with this story.
Yes.
What else you got, buddy?
Then that leads us into our topic about the Miami Dolphins quarterback.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and
Tua.
let you tell that story.
Well, before we get into the whole Tua story here, let's talk about a little thing that's going to happen Sunday. It's called America's Team playing the Dolphins, and by America's
Yeah.
Team I mean the JETS.
Yes.
You know,
The Dolphins and the Jets.
I-
Dolphins number one in the AFC East.
yeah.
Well, good.
So till Sunday.
From a Dolphins
You
fan.
know,
till Sunday.
and I haven't heard much about the Jets.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a typical Jets
Jets
season.
Year of the gangrene is what I like to call
Yeah.
it this year.
Every year is that.
Where are the Jets from?
New York.
Yeah. Joe Namath is a
You're a
Bravo-
Giants
Bravo
fan,
Joe.
right?
American fucking hero.
Hmm?
So, anyways,
He's a
so-
Giants fan, right?
Who? Joe?
I
Yes.
thought he'd be a Giants fan. Lawrence
No.
Taylor took him out
Do you not
of the
remember?
game of football.
No, that's a complete
Oh, is that-
different quarterback.
oh,
The
that's,
guy played for the Washington D.C.
yeah, that's right.
Complete. It's yeah.
Who was that?
Joe Theismann.
Steisman. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same
they
first
were both
name.
Joes.
It
God
matches.
damn it, but you just
Good.
lost your ability to watch NFL football for 2
Somebody
weeks.
recently
You've been
accused
sanctioned.
Carlos of being a Giants fan.
Yeah, what
Ooh.
the fuck is that?
What?
I don't
When did
fuck-
that
I
happen?
don't fucking. It's ridiculous.
I Who did
forgot
that?
about it. I don't know where it was. Me and Buddy we were somewhere, and the guy, somebody went like, "You're a Giants fan." I go, "What the fuck you just say?"
And you were standing in front of your car.
My
Yeah.
car?
Oh yes. Yes. No, it was happened here in my at our house.
It was here.
We'll just say that allegedly you had kids with this man. Who goes, your team is doing what's going on with your team? And I go, which team are you talking about? At that point, we're 0-2, by the way. Not 2-2 we are now, so it's pretty funny.
Oh.
Yes.
Who's quarterbacking over there on the Jets?
Well, we got several guys. We
Who
got
they got
Mr.
now?
Joe Flacco
Oh, you got Flacco now.
quarterbacking, and Wilson is quarterbacking for us.
Oh, okay.
New guy. You know, he did good. He won last week. He could kick your ass this week because your quarterback is not playing.
Terry Bridgewater.
He's got a head
We
injury.
got Terry Bridgewater
Oh
stepping
yeah,
in.
he's good.
He's a veteran.
Great.
He's a
quarterback.
veteran. He can get you through a game or two.
His best game was against Florida State when he was playing fucking college. football.
He'll
Who
get
did he
us.
play
He'll
for
get us
when
through
he
the
played
next few
Florida
games.
State?
Louisville.
What?
Louisville.
Who's that?
Exactly. I like those fuckers. Anyways,
So
That
yeah.
was my point.
And
So-
then a couple games later, Tua will come back with a
Who?
with a much bigger helmet.
With a big,
Okay, I hope
with a
With
much
with a much
bigger head
bigger
injury.
helmet and some bubble wrap.
Yes.
So,
And
my thing is this, and we'll get into the head injury stuff here. The craziest thing is that we're still this day, age 2022.
2022.
We are that Jay kept repeating that during a meeting. It was hilarious.
I don't know what we're going to do in 2023.
I don't
either.
know. It's
So-
not going to be the same.
So here we are still to this day. This fucking concussion protocol isn't
Yeah.
followed as it is. Like, obviously, you saw the week before, right? He took
Yep.
a hit, got up jelly legged.
yep, they took
Right?
him back.
Why are we not following the
Basically
concussion
cleared him
protocol?
in during the halftime.
Clear him during halftime.
Yeah, right.
and
So
he
from
went
what
back
I
to playing.
understand,
Yeah.
listen, from what I understand, there are third-party doctors that are supposed to that
Ain't no
have
fucking
absolutely
third-party doctor.
You're paid. Are you not? You're paid.
to be third-party
I
doctors.
think Doc gets paid a little more too.
That-
Goes back in the game.
that,
Yeah.
that are supposed to have no financial.
You know that's not right.
This is what I read that the rules are.
Let me
There is supposed to be a third-party doctor.
There's always politics.
that has no
This
financial
third party
gain
doctor is not
or
allowed in the room.
anything
Yeah.
to be able to put
He
that
will not
person back
touch
in the
Tua.
game.
Here's the thing. We're talking millions of dollars that play
It's
here.
out of money.
Games and you know
It's money.
this doctor's pressure to put this guy back in is more of a pressure than to take him out.
Franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
So who's the player's advocate?
There isn't one. That's the
Why?
fucking whole point of it. That's
Can
the
I
whole
sign
point.
up for that job?
Well, let's talk about
Contact the
dramatic brain
NFL.
injuries
Listen,
for a
I'm ready to sign up for that
Contact
job.
the
Okay, we'll let the
NFL
NFL
and
know.
Roger
pretty-
Goodell.
I'm pretty sure I'd be really good at
Can
it.
we talk about traumatic brain injuries for a second, and then
Sure.
we'll put your resume out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so.
Pretty sure that he
So-
wouldn't be playing right now if
TBI.
I was around.
Right. So we got TBIs, and then the biggest thing that people don't talk about is that these things are. There's the primary injury that happens
Yep,
when you get
and
the head injury,
Secondary.
and then the secondary injury, which
Which is everything we do wrong to treat the patient.
absolutely right. So the big
Yes.
secondary injuries happen: hypotension,
And hypoxia.
hypoxia.
Sorry.
But when we talk about diffuse brain injuries, here's the situation we have with those. These are not the localized injuries that
Nope.
that are going to bleed into the head, that are going to you're going to need the
You're not
cerebral
gonna be able to see
perfusion
'em.
pressures and all that stuff. These other injuries, these diffuse brain injuries, where the person is sent, you get this jolt of energy that goes through your head, affects the axons and the way the direction of flow should go in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
You with me?
Yep.
These things, when these happen, you're not necessarily unconscious,
No.
right? You're not necessarily out of it. So these secondary things like the blood pressure and the oxygen don't apply to it. But the risk of re-injury is because you're not back to baseline.
Mhm.
You're not back at your normal reaction time. And when you're not back at that normal reaction time, your risk of injury is higher.
It increases,
Yeah.
Right.
like exponentially.
So the protocol is that you should be taken out of the game,
Yes.
regardless.
Now,
Absolutely.
had they
Not clear
taken
during
Adam
the
and out of
fucking
that game, we would have lost that game, by the way, because
Fuck
he did
yeah.
an
Okay.
incredible
But he's
comeback.
It's gonna be
then.
okay.
An incredible comeback.
Well, but
He
what is it
What's more
worth?
important?
I'm
losing
just
a
saying that was an
game
incredible
or-
comeback. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying.
oh,
Is
yeah. You're
Is it
joking.
losing a game or the quarterback's life?
Now, we know, baby, that
What's
the right
more
thing-
important?
well,
But that's
we know
probably
what's
why they
more
had the
important.
confidence in
We
him,
do.
because he came
We're
out
not-
of
we know
halftime
what's
and
more
actually
important.
threw up like 34 extra points on the
We know what's more
on
important.
the Vikings and
know-
won the game.
We're not playing devil's advocate here. We know that he
Okay.
should have been taken out of the game and
Mhm.
all that
Yes.
stuff. Okay, so let's not argue that
Okay.
because we don't want to dwell on that. I
Okay.
mean, you're in dwelling mode right
I'm
now.
not.
Okay, and here's
Yeah,
the,
you're on the NFL
here's the
website.
thing is
I am on the NFL website.
CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy,
Yeah.
is a proven thing now.
Yeah, it is.
We got proven science
it
behind it.
is.
Absolutely. And Sandy, that's on the witness protection program. You work in the field of imaging,
I do.
and when you're in that you're able to recognize these landmark changes and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And like for the people out there that are untrained, me not being one of these trained imaging people like yourself, you basically shoot an image of the brain that's sliced, right?
Yeah.
From the top of the head.
Cross sectional from top to chin, neck, all the way down, as far as you want to go.
Yep. And the obviously in the brain, the inside of the brain being the white matter where the information is exchanged and goes from neuron to neuron and all that stuff. You guys have actual, you can map these changes by looking at an old CT scan. And now you look at this and what are you exactly looking at?
We
when you
can
look-
see function. So not only can we see structure, but the function of the brain. So the function changes as you get head injury. They should be looking for that.
Yeah. And it's insane.
Is that CT or MRI?
CT and
Oh.
MRI.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that.
Oh yeah.
I want a full
detailed
body
for-
MRI,
I didn't realize it was that detailed.
like
for
head to
CT.
toe. I'll stay there for
0.5
6 hours,
millimeter.
8
Yeah.
hours, 12
Wow.
hours, whatever it
Ugh.
takes. Who knows what they'll find?
So when you look at these diffuse brain injuries,
Mhm.
a lot of times we would think it's just a regular old like your
Artifact?
well,
No.
yeah, like it's just a disruption in the
Well, there's age
electrical thing.
changes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But if you have serial, age from 6 months ago, year ago, 2 years ago, doesn't change that fast.
No.
20 years ago, maybe. But you can see function.
Yeah.
Wow.
So looking at Tua back in college, he had a concussion.
Yep.
So he had a concussion in college, meaning that he had a concussion in the NFL a week ago,
Mhm.
2 weeks ago, and then he just had one a week ago, right?
That's
Yeah,
three.
and a
That's
worse.
3 concussions, right?
Much worse.
In
NC
college, they say that's all you can have.
That's all you get.
is one.
So in
That's bad
college,
news.
That finishes your career.
in NCAA, you can't play football anymore.
Yep.
So here's this guy. He's got 3 documented concussions.
Mm.
Can he go back on the field?
No.
They sent him.
Well, they sent him last week. Now
Shouldn't
we
have.
definitely have 3.
Now he's going to be off for
Can he
however
get-
many he's off, but they're going to put it back in
He's
eventually.
going back to playing football.
He's going back to
Oh
playing.
yeah, he will.
He's going back to playing football. So now here's what we do. So like here's devil's advocate. Do we let this guy not go back to playing? Should we go, hey, it's unhealthy for him to play, but you as a Dolphins fan, do you want to see him back on the field?
I'm sure
Josh?
you can tell the player that, and he's going to want to play.
Well,
You know?
it's his career. He doesn't want to give that up. But what else are you giving up?
I'm still waiting for the curse
yeah.
of Dan to be lifted.
Yeah. Listen, no, I want a serious
Curse of Dan Marino.
serious answer from you. You as the medical professional.
Hmm.
You're medically trained, you know this stuff, right? But you're a Dolphins fan
Yeah.
as well. So I want to know what the medical professional would say and what the Dolphins fan would say.
Dolphins fan, you just want him to get better enough to put him in, and you're just going to trust the doctors that, yeah, he's okay. They're doctors. They put him in.
Professional knows.
You know, that he probably shouldn't go back in because every concussion increases the likelihood that he's going to have eventually just a traumatic brain injury.
It's
Yeah.
a personality change, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think we know from Junior Seau's story, and
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's a complete difference in how a human being presents after and post head injuries. Like his reasoning.
People change.
Yeah, the location of reasoning is the thing that's most affected by CTE. You know, and it's like Tua was not back to baseline.
No.
He was not back
Never
to
be.
baseline.
Mm-mm.
So I recently had
And the game
myself.
was actually a quicker game because it was on Thursday. So
Yeah.
they played Sunday, then Thursday.
Yeah,
So
so
it
he
was
was
a
right
quicker
back
game.
to
He
it.
was right back to it.
Right back to it, and he postured.
Oh, yeah. The quarter kid. He totally postured.
Yeah.
Fingers went crazy and everything.
Yeah, so he postured. So I just recently had a head injury myself, like a week ago.
Hmm. A legit one. Documented.
Oh,
Yeah, it was legit.
Yeah.
Like I had to call him several times to make sure he was still alive.
So this happened to me. So let's just say that allegedly me and Trish are doing it. Now, Trish is doing
Allegedly.
this.
Completely inconsiderate.
You know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
very
Yeah.
You
inconsiderate.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, because
So-
that never happens.
So that Trish has got this move that she's trying to do.
She's been reading a book.
She's on the top.
God
Now-
damn it. She's on
Was she on the
Yeah.
rope? Was she on the ropes?
So me on the bottom, basically, yeah, kind of like that, Jason. You know what I'm talking
Kinda
about. I don't know if you've ever seen this move that happens.
Spinning around.
Well, it's she's taking the top rope and she's coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is not what I remember.
I can't get over it. She's tearing into that whatever it is,
For
like a
sure.
goddamn bear.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
hungry.
Yeah.
Like a bear
some.
and
I'm
a
glad that
honeycomb
Some
and a honey
salami.
hive.
rules that are never followed on this company, like not eating on screen. So, anyways, this is the same
Spec
person that knocked me
Italiano.
unconscious. So, this is what happens. Now, again, I'm speaking secondhand because I've been told the story afterwards.
Yeah.
He doesn't
So
remember.
she comes on the top rope to give you the old.
I heard about it.
To give
What I
you the
do
old Dusty Diamond,
Yeah.
Randy Savage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gave me a DDP.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gave me one of these, like this. She gave me one of these.
I
And
don't
then,
even know what that is.
yeah,
Dusty Diamond?
yeah, Diamond Dallas Page,
Yeah.
baby.
Diamond Dallas
Anyways.
Page.
Josh hit me right here.
No, I didn't.
Right here.
No, I
Where'd you hit him?
In the
Show
jaw
us.
slash
hit me?
temporal region.
It was right here.
Okay,
Well,
close enough.
It's a finger or two
A
away.
finger
from
away,
the
yes.
original
Yes.
location.
Whatever.
Hey,
Yeah.
sometimes they
It's right
say
here.
all it takes.
Right here.
Sometimes
Did you
they say
not
in
learn?
boxing's all it takes is
Hey.
the right spot.
3 inches matters.
All it takes is
Yes.
the right
3
spot.
inches does matter.
Apparently,
Yes,
my jaw
it
went
does.
one way, and the knee went the other way. I don't know what happened from that point. You want to tell the rest of the story? Because you remember better than anybody else. What
So then
happened
she
next?
proceeded to take advantage of you while you were unconscious.
I did. He was never unconscious.
Oh, see, there you go.
She just
So
kept
my
going.
story isn't fake. Well, I'm telling the fucking truth.
Yeah,
Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
You changed personalities,
Proceed.
and she
Go ahead.
agreed. She
You
continued
were
with
never
him.
unconscious. You were just.
A little
Okay.
stunned.
A little out of it.
So what happened next?
You were a little dazed, and I asked if you were okay. You're like, "Yeah, I'm okay." I said, "Are you sure?" You said, "Yeah, I'm okay."
Was my jaw in place?
And
I asked you if it was. You said yes.
Okay.
I just took a top roper to the jaw. How do I look? Is it here? Is it here?
So
go ahead.
you did say I'm a little dizzy, and I said okay. So I
Maybe
went and
nauseous.
got you and nauseous. So I got you a little puke bag. And when I came back into the room, you had wedged yourself between the fridge and the bed.
Yeah, I got a PBR fridge by the right next to the bed.
Right.
nice.
And I like to go pause the story right there for 1 second, since we have not talked about our sponsor, Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer from
Who's not
Wisconsin.
a real sponsor.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, great people in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And
When was the
movie coming out on Pabst Blue Ribbon right now.
Mhm.
Jason, do we
Oh,
have
yeah.
one?
We do.
Documentary.
I will. Oh, this is a real story. Go ahead and let's play that trailer there. This movie sponsoring by the Rescue Company One.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're sponsoring the movie. Baby.
We're waiting for them to contact to be producers.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it on your phone there, guys. But
Yeah, I see it.
it's called The Greatest.
No, it's on Apple.
Yeah.
ready? What
It's
are we
Apple
doing?
Film. Yeah.
We're gonna run
Greatest
for our
beer
lives.
run ever. It's a true story, by the way.
A real guy.
We're halfway home.
We ever made. Zac Efron's playing the guy.
Supposed to be in Vietnam.
Dude, look at the mustache on that.
Oh man,
looks like
bad.
this
It's
mustache.
bad.
Look at you, sleeping your life
Dude, this is great.
Look at these scumbags. Hey, you're embarrassing
Wait till you
yourself.
see
and you're
who the other
embarrassing
guy
your
that's in
family.
the movie. Big
These
name actor here.
protesters not know that our soldiers see that
Bill
Ah.
Murray, dude.
Oh, the Bill Murray.
Yeah.
track down all
They
the
got
boys
through
in the
to his
neighborhood
800
and give 'em a
line.
beer.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
do
me and
that.
Josh watched
Do
this
what?
interview
Give me a
on Bill Murray
not
about
serious.
this.
He's
It's
hammered.
pretty
Look at
great.
The man's stone sober. That's
Look at
his
that
fifth
shit.
beer, maybe tops.
I'm going to Vietnam and I'm bringing a beer.
This is the
Hey,
greatest
Chief,
thing
no
ever.
chance you
Can't
ever
believe they made a
ship into
movie
Vietnam.
about this.
1,700 hours tonight.
So for
It's
you
not gonna
guys
be
on,
easy, but I'm gonna show them
he's
that this
packing
country is
Paps
still behind
into a
them.
bag.
yourself killed over there.
It's like
If I'm
you
ever
said,
at war, this is what
everyone's
I
doing
want.
something.
Yeah.
I'm doing nothing. Smuggling beer.
So
into
for
a
those
war
guys
zone.
out there that can't
not the
figure out this
smartest
shit
thing
from
I've
the
ever
thing
heard.
there, this is a real
Certainly not
beer
the
run
worst
made during the Vietnam War. Guy from Brooklyn, New York, goes to his favorite bar. This guy named the Colonel, who was not a colonel in the military, by the way. Nobody knows how the guy got the name, and he didn't make chicken, so we don't know.
Yeah.
So, he basically, you know, this guy's a merchant marine that Zac Efron's playing, and he ends up going to Vietnam to find these four guys from his neighborhood to bring them beer.
That's
You know, and happens that he gets there during like the Ted ceasefire attack, worst battle ever during the Vietnam War, and gets caught in it in a Hawaiian shirt,
You don't get it.
which
do
would be
you? This isn't a
Jason
John
during
Wayne
the
movie.
Vietnam War.
You know the good guys are, and you know the bad guys are.
So, yes. So, anyways, there he is. That's a good movie. We're going to be renting out a movie theater as the Rescue Company One to premiere
That'd be a
this.
good one to watch.
There'll be a red carpet and everything. I hear Bill Murray's coming.
I like red carpets.
Unofficially
put it
yet,
out there.
but he's Bill
Call the
Murray's
800
coming.
number.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leave it on the line.
So me and
Is it
Josh,
zombie Bill Murray or is it regular
Yeah.
Bill Murray?
so I don't know if you know this about Bill Murray or not. He doesn't have an agent.
No agent.
Really?
No. So
No agent, no
So-
publicist, none of that.
so if you
Wow.
want to hire Bill Murray for a movie,
It's right here.
you have to call this 800 number
And leave a message.
that rings to Bill Murray's house.
Wow.
And then he picks it up, and then he'll let you know if he wants to do the movie or not.
Now, 99% of the time, he doesn't pick it up.
Yeah.
And he'll return what he wants, but 99% of people do not get anything returned.
That's the craziest shit I ever heard. So, anyways, Pabst Blue Ribbon movie coming out. Anyway, so I have a PBR fridge that you found me unconscious next to.
After a
Oh,
DDP.
that's
I mean,
where
you-
this
to
was
the
going.
jaw.
Forgot.
You were sleeping.
So, would unconsciousness be different than me sleeping during that time frame?
You awoke to me touching you like this.
Oh,
How soon after can he is allowed safely to have sex again? Coitus, if you will.
A couple days. Well, not even a day. Then you go by. You know what
A
happened.
day? I'm sure. Surprised it was a couple
No,
hours.
Considering.
I think it was more than a day.
Yep. Buddy, what happens when Trish doesn't get it? A day or two?
oh man. She
Listen,
gives you a concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So a couple things about head
She
injuries.
breaks out the trunk and the gimp.
Yeah. So a couple things.
I'm the only one that gets upset when
No,
that happens.
you're not the only.
Yeah, Buddy gets
Does
pretty
somebody-
upset.
I don't think it's Buddy. I think it's you.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel like maybe you also get a little moody.
Yours just happens a little bit quicker than his.
Sure does.
Yours is like 30 minutes to an hour, and his is usually like the next day.
Josh, like, have you ever seen me? You've been my best friend for a long time. Have you ever seen me drive like 16 hours and then get someplace? And what's the first thing I got to do when I get there?
You gotta
Have to?
Yes.
you
Have
have
to?
it
That's
has
what
to.
you have to
has
do?
to be done right away
Yeah.
after a tour of the place,
Mhm.
and then I'm getting ready to put on a movie and place out a nice, cheese plate.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
And then two people become inconsiderate, and then
Yeah.
I'm watching The Founder by myself and eating a cheese plate,
Yeah,
It's a great
absolutely.
movie.
drowning myself in my own cheese.
Yeah.
You have to do
Yeah,
that.
man cut up cheese and everything.
And then I
And
gotta,
When
we
did
gotta-
that
eat the
happen?
donuts by myself.
It happened, babe.
I don't recall.
Well, a few of us remember it. So, so that thing happened. So, but anyways, you've seen me having to do this before.
You poor thing.
I know.
You're so abused.
I know. I know. So this,
Who got me used to that?
I don't know what you're talking about, baby. We're talking about head injuries right now. So,
I don't feel like that's what we were talking about.
yeah, we
I
are.
feel like we were talking about sex.
Well,
to the
And
topic.
you got me used to being spoiled. So that really is your fault.
yes. I would like to talk about the concussions and not being back to normal reaction time.
Mhm.
So,
He totally was not back to normal reaction time.
Right.
yeah.
Like I set
Well,
my
you were
alarm.
fucking poking him. So
I set
You
my
know?
alarm
Yeah.
like every 2 hours.
She
To
was
see
a
if he
good
was
wife to
normal.
make sure he was.
Yeah. And then,
He
so I
swore
love
to me.
snake stories. So guys that
He
got bit.
swore to
Yeah.
me.
Somewhere in the story,
yeah,
they
so,
were fucking poking at him
Yeah.
with a fucking stick.
I did
Somewhere
not
in the
do that.
story,
Yeah.
they stopped.
I didn't do that.
Well,
Oh.
fucking stop poking at it.
What
And
snake
you
was
won't
it?
get
Oh,
bit.
I actually have a picture of it right
I-
here. I was holding it.
I was holding it.
I was not holding the snake.
yeah.
I did.
I forgot the red on black and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I like to say about this whole snake situation? At any given time, anybody out there tries to put a snake in the helicopter with me, you will get hit in the face.
Yeah.
At no time
I
will I
don't
take.
know what that has to do with the story at all.
I'm
Even a
talking
dead-
about
a dead
snake
snake.
safety. Yeah, no.
Dead snake.
You know how many people get bit by, dead
the
snakes?
head
Jason.
of it.
By
Yeah.
dead snakes?
Jason, how many people get bit by dead snakes?
75%.
Yeah,
What?
that's what
How
it is.
do you get bit by a
up to,
dead
like,
snake?
how many
Because the
hours?
motherfucker ain't dead.
How many hours
Well,
can it still
It
bite?
doesn't have to bite you. You can just hold it
Oh, yeah.
and it will still envenomate you.
Move
But
to
those
the
same
state.
reactions
Hypodermic
happening in the
needles.
snake body, if
They're-
you start
they're
fucking with the
fangs.
head, it'll bite you.
They're fangs.
If you
It
don't
doesn't
get
matter.
the fang
Yeah.
near you, how does it envenomate?
Listen to this.
Envenomate.
Let's never
Whatever.
get
That's right.
a snake near you.
Whatever you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Move to a
Envenomate.
state.
Yeah.
So
We
it's just a
don't have
rule of thumb.
snake.
Venomous snake, you decapitate it and bury the fucking head. Don't fuck with the head.
I didn't know we were supposed to take their heads off.
We're not, and that's
Oh.
not a approved
Choppy, choppy.
method.
Take whose heads off?
I mean,
A
in a
snake.
survival
I love
situation,
it. I
everything
love
is
it when
approved.
I love it when non-approved methods are mentioned in front of Jason,
Yeah,
who's a snake expert in Abo,
yeah.
and they lose their fucking mind anytime you say anything.
Hey,
Just like when you say a snake is poisonous.
when I see a snake,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
His
know what
eye
I do?
twitches.
I leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
me
let
too.
him go on about his goddamn business.
there you go.
Yeah,
I don't
me
go
too.
poking at him with a stick.
I don't either.
Yeah. Yes.
Ah,
Yeah. That's
gotcha.
different. That's
Well, you know, there's a poem for
Hey.
not
That's my
touching
dog's being
snakes.
threatened.
Oh, you guys haven't heard that?
I don't think they have.
Oh,
Go ahead.
like so, kind of like the roses, or like kind of like the red on black, friend of Jack.
Yeah.
Roses are red, violet. This is for all like for you to
For
know
all
it.
snakes.
Dangerous snakes.
Mhm.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Don't touch a fucking snake.
Everything
That's
else is
it.
fine.
I agree. At all times,
Yeah.
you should never touch a fucking snake.
Yeah.
However,
Why would you, want to?
I
don't-
agree.
I don't
God
even
help
know.
us.
People just
go
like fucking with
So
him.
we're gonna hack up some prosciutto here on the camera. So, people have been hearing Amber, who's Josh's lovely wife.
Mhm.
Oh,
Are
are we going to get to hear a great story?
They've never heard
I love
Amber on
this
the
story.
podcast before.
I
But
may pee
a
my
few
pants.
things I have
Oh.
to say about Amber marrying Josh, which is one of the craziest fucking things ever. Number one, I've been.
She is a saint.
She's a woman's a saint. She's going to sainthood. But I've been in this process since it started. Like I was in it. Like I've been in it. And Josh gets married. Now the year that you guys get married, which is what year?
2016.
2016. Earlier that year, there was riots in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? So we were supposed to be we were going to the Air Medical Conference to the Critical Care World Championships.
Was, scheduled at the normal time.
Charlotte in October time.
Yeah,
we're supposed to be there, and then the riots happen, and they destroy the convention center. They reschedule it for December that year, right? December.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they rescheduled it for December.
The week of the 16th.
Yeah.
Or 11th, right?
Yeah.
The week of the 11th.
Yeah. So you guys get married on the
10th.
10th.
Yeah.
He remembered.
I know. So
and the
what
competition was the 12th.
The 12th. So the very next day, you guys as a brand new married couple are in a we're in a truck on
we're in an SUV.
SUV on the road to go compete. That's commitment right there.
She's still in her wedding dress.
Yeah. So that's commitment, man. We go to compete. So that's a good one.
And we won that one. That's the one we got hosed.
Well, we
should have won that one.
We got fucked on that one.
You
Fucking
did.
Canadians.
Unfortunately, they didn't realize that we had the cure to all disease.
Yeah.
And toxin and poison in the bag.
The best thing is this. So
and it was the actual medicine.
For years.
We turned the stage blue. With methylene blue.
For years, Josh fucks with me about this extra bag of hazmat drugs that I carry. And he goes, we never need those. We've been to a million competitions. They've never had that.
Used it.
And then we go to a competition.
You needed it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We had it.
Holy crap.
And they planned for nobody to have the
They didn't
meds.
think anyone would have it, but it wasn't like in the rules that you couldn't have it.
Yeah.
They just didn't expect anyone to think and to bring that.
And I go, oh my God. Now,
Here we go.
You gotta remember that my first move
You
is,
should have won.
oh, fuck yeah, we should have. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Like
everybody.
the people
You
judging
planned.
didn't know what to do because no one was supposed to have the right medication.
The guys-
So they were looking at they stopped. They were looking at the people who were messing with the mannequins and their vitals, and the doc basically
They're like,
told
"What
them
do we do?"
yeah, you're gonna have to make everybody get better.
Yeah.
So they just started making everybody's vitals get better.
Now you could tell, people lose competitions. They go, oh man, we were hoes and we say shit. But Amber's a credible witness and she's here. And I'm gonna tell you this.
Why am I not a credible?
Well,
witness?
babe, people love you because you're beautiful. And but Amber's here, babe. So Amber's here. She's
As
a school teacher.
an unbiased
Unbiased person.
objective
I think that
witness.
concussion might be a little worse next
Yeah.
time.
Anything.
Did
But she could tell which
it look like we won? It looked like we won. Yeah. Yeah, it looked like we won.
because the other people were a hot mess.
Thank you.
We had like five.
they
There were 5
died.
patients, and it started out with one in the bathtub that
Yeah.
you had to go and get right away because you
Yeah.
had to put double tourniquets on, and everybody let that person die. So
Yeah.
they killed
You
3
all
people, focused on 2,
You lose.
and then 1.
Everyone's patients were getting worse the whole time. I know nothing.
We had nothing to do at the end.
Yours
Yeah.
But I do,
were the
and
I
everybody
know,
else.
but yours
died.
were getting better, and what
Still
happened?
lost.
What happened?
Canadian.
Still lost. And the
Politics.
reasoning, because I literally, he told me to leave it alone. And I
Yeah.
said, no, I'm not going
No.
to leave it alone.
Yeah, Josh.
So I went to the judge who looked like Booger from the first movie.
Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds. He
Yeah.
looked exactly like Booger.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He called him Booger.
So I
There
say,
you go,
I say Booger, listen.
Dr. Booger.
Doc
Go.
Booger, listen.
Yeah.
I'm not. We have like a 14-hour drive back, and I'm gonna need you to tell me how we did
Lost.
how we lost. Considering all of our patients got so then he literally said, well, unfortunately, methylene blue was not written into the scenario. So
It was
yes,
no
it was
point.
But
right.
that's the
Yes, all your patients got better, but
That's
we had a no
bullshit.
scoring system for it, so we couldn't give you any points. I said,
Oh,
so
that's
still, our
bull-
patients got better. How are the other people?
By the
Because it wasn't enough. He's like,
We
let's
got-
go. I go, no, this is not enough. I go, okay, again. But how
Cool.
did the team that let everyone die win? And he
Yeah.
goes,
Let me-
well, sometimes it just comes down to like
comes down to
checking
points.
some pupils.
Yeah.
Or and that's what he
Getting
said.
points.
Checking the pupils or getting an
Oh.
extra vital sign.
My
And he goes,
God.
and I think they got some extra pupils.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they got
That
some
was it.
extra booger. I think
Are
they got
you
some extra
fucking
pupils,
kidding me?
booger.
Yeah. 3 points.
So the whole ride was,
my
I think they
God.
got some extra pupils than you guys did.
3 fucking points.
Get the
That's
fuck out of here.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man. It's
Because when
amazing.
people are getting better, you're not necessarily checking their pupils really much anymore.
And
You
you're
know,
like,
you're
oh,
done.
they're conscious. They're
They're
talking
getting
to
better.
you.
They're
What?
talking. They're looking good. I mean,
That's
one
so
chick had a
strange.
baby. She was breastfeeding.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
the
I'm
girl in the tub woke up. She was like, "Damn!" She took her suicide note back.
Yeah. cross
You
some
know?
shit back out of there.
You know, it was just one of them things.
You know what the funny?
The guy with all the salts he was sniffing.
Bath salts guy.
The bath salts guy.
Like we're not supposed to even get to that guy,
Yeah,
and we got
they
to
wanted
him.
to eat everyone's face. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to him. I put him in a rear naked choke. Take him down.
Yeah. So the best part of the whole shit is that, like as Josh and Amber are dating. This is my favorite story, by the way. I'm about to tell this shit because we're gonna make Amber tell some of this. So Josh and Amber, you guys weren't married yet. Like you guys were living together, but you had just become a school teacher.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I was trying to become
Yeah.
school teacher.
So you put applications out and you take what job you can get.
Yeah.
So Amber gets a job at a special needs school.
Special
sorry.
needs. We didn't realize how maximum security special the school was.
Yeah.
Best go. I can't.
It's
even
maximum security school. So they first off they were. I mean, the thing I remember is that they were so flabbergasted that they had an applicant. Holy shnikes! Somebody applied.
I can't ever tell.
So they like rolled out the red carpet. They had curtains. They were hiding retards back behind. It was everything was being hidden from her, like the nut house was being hidden as she was walking through. But she was too naive to see the signs. So when
I was really surprised because I had been applying to be like a para because I was in the process of trying to get my certification, but I wanted to have a little experience to back that up.
Yeah.
It's like in my face.
Yeah.
No, but like in my eye. So I was surprised because I was trying and sending out all these applications and doing all these things. And then right away, this one,
Somebody
I
get
got something
you.
back.
5 minutes in,
I
you
should
get
have
called
known. I should have known.
2 minutes
But-
later.
we'll interview you tomorrow.
Yeah,
To-
yeah, and it was very quick. Like, oh, okay, yeah, come on in. And I came in, and the lady was so totally nice, and she was basically telling me, like, right on the spot, like, you got the job. I didn't even interview yet.
What
Hired.
she's telling me at home. And then she says, "Oh yeah,
Run.
but I didn't understand. When I was leaving, she told me when I come back,
It's
to bring
my favorite part.
to
My
bring
favorite.
comfortable shoes.
Okay, we're
Technically,
running shoes.
Running shoes.
Running shoes.
We're
Yeah.
running shoes.
Air Max, Nike Air Max is good. You like that?
She specifically said,
Skechers has a
wear
brand with great traction.
running shoes.
Running shoes.
And I was like,
we're running shoes.
My
Okay.
God.
Oh yeah. So you show up to the
So
job.
it shows up to the job. Now the curtains are back. So now there's helmets everywhere. I mean, there's lower than they're supposed to be water fountains. Like the full show is on display now. This is maximum security nut house.
Oh shit.
Maximum security
Well,
nut house for special
and
people.
I know nothing about like special needs. I've never had to
Yeah.
really
Nah.
Work with them.
not like
Downs or
this.
worse?
Not
Right.
like this.
Yeah.
And
This is, you need a bachelor's in special needs. Quick.
I saw there was
clinical
like
time.
there was like a bunch of diapers
Oh,
and
God help
I
us.
was like, okay, well, we're gonna be doing that. That's fine. And then
6
one
and
of
7 year olds.
and then one of the
Diapers and helmets.
one of the first things they taught me was dry brushing. I had to like learn how to dry brush
What do you mean?
the kids and like on the back.
toxins off yourself.
No, so it's like they're very sensitive to
Stimulation.
stimulation. So
Yeah.
it was like one of the things we had to do, and it
To
kind of
calm
Like a
them down.
horse. Like a
Calm them
horse.
down.
calms them
You
down.
calm the horse down with your breath. Oh boy.
And then we
Oh.
had to
You gotta push this kid's arm. Oh, son.
we
Now-
had to do the weighted vests also. And switch out weighted vests.
Thunder vest.
Thunder vest. So
So we got diapers, thunder vests.
the
and
best
helmets.
part is that you get there
And brushing horses.
completely not what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
It
No.
wasn't teaching.
And I'm there, and she told me, yeah, you're going to be teaching them, and here's a little thing that you like your
what?
curriculum. Like I had a curriculum, so I'm all excited, thinking, okay,
Number 1 on the curriculum: keep them away from the fence.
yeah, it was really bad.
I remember in the story when she told me about the job, she said they had unusually high fences.
Yeah, it was like maximum security.
I
It was.
unusually fences and running shoes together and was like, "This is going to be good."
No, we never put that together beforehand. We did not. We did not. I didn't have enough time to even think about it, really, because it was like the next day, like, oh, hey, yeah, tomorrow when you come, bring running shoes. And I'm like,
they knew.
Yeah, they knew.
Yeah.
They didn't give me too much time to think about it.
So what's number 2? If number 1 is don't let them jump the fence.
Number
We
2
never
is
got that far.
Exactly.
We never got that far. You'll never make it to rule number 2 because you're out.
number 2 is get a head start.
So you're there, got your running shoes on.
Yeah, yeah.
She called. The best thing, she calls me at lunch.
I
Oh
did.
yeah, that's the best part. I
And
did.
she's crying,
Yeah.
full on crying. Who's never quit a job, never taken a day off, never called in sick, and she's telling me I can't do this. I'm gonna fucking leave. I'm just gonna leave. These fucking kids are bumping their heads all around. I'm just gonna leave. It's like bumper cars in there.
You already been bit.
She's like, one of them bit me.
Yeah.
One of them headbutted me.
Headbutted.
And I had to stop one of my kids at recess from peeing on other teachers. She's like, and then out of nowhere, I hear, "There's a runner!" and it's one of my kids. And he's running at the fence. And she's like, so I got to start sprinting after this kid. Try to tackle him before he gets to the security fence.
I fucking love it. The runner.
The worst part is then they're telling me, hey, don't grab them because you're not trained yet.
Oh, you can't grab it.
You know, hold them correctly. So I'm like,
that's why number 2 was a head start. You got to block him. You got to block him.
so I'm chasing this kid down and he's running straight to the fence as fast as he can. I've never seen anything like it. And very coordinated all of a sudden and took off. And I was like, oh my God. And the lady's like, go, that's yours, but don't grab him because you're not trained yet. And I'm like, why am I the one doing this? I'm running after him. And then I like grab him by his shirt because I'm not allowed to touch him anywhere else. And he just, he like gets mad that I'm touching him. So he throws himself on the ground and it's like concrete.
Oh.
And he starts bashing his head into the ground. So then I'm like holding him up, which I'm not supposed to be touching him, but I'm holding him up and she's yelling at me, you're not trained to touch him. And I'm like, he's literally bashing his head into the ground. What do you want me to do?
Right.
And then I called him crying and I said, I don't even know. Like,
I'm done.
I've never quit something, but I can't do this. I'm like, I just cleaned up shit. I did this. I did that. I'm brushing the kid. He takes off running. He bit me. I'm like, I'm bleeding. I literally have bruises all over my body. I have a black eye. And I literally just had to stop a kid from pissing on the teachers. And then I tell the teachers, hey, he's pissing on you. And they like turn and they're like,
Yeah, happens every
all
day.
right, well,
It's Tuesday.
The best part of the story. The best part of this portion of the story is this: that Amber calls Josh like in tears. Josh is playing video games at the time.
I
He's
give
like,
her an attaboy. I
Yeah,
give her an
she does that.
attaboy. And then I say, come home. Fuck the blade. Come home during lunch.
Yeah, stick
But she
it out.
sticks it out for the
Stick it
day.
out. Stick it out.
For the day. And then that's all she spent there was one day.
So you come home and do you call the person back and tell them you're not coming back?
okay, no, because I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I've never quit anything in my life. I'm going to do it. So the next morning, my alarm goes off at 5 a.m. And I was like, I cannot fucking do it. I can't do it. I could not. I literally could not get in that car. I couldn't. And I was like, I was ready. I was ready to go. And I'm like, I was in tears just thinking about getting in the car. And so I was like, I woke him up and I'm like, I don't even know how to quit. What do I say? And he's like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
So I literally emailed her and I said, I am so sorry, to put you guys in this position. And I know you really needed someone. And I'm like, that is just not what I was expecting at all. And she wrote back right away and she said, I totally understand. And I was like, okay, well, I'm so sorry. And so, I mean, it was fine. But
the other teachers.
now I know I am a general education teacher.
Not specialist.
I'm not suited for that at all. And there are people who are amazing and do that.
It
do
takes
that on a
special
daily
people.
basis, and that's a special human being.
Special
You gotta start
And
doing
they're
wind
usually,
sprints,
like,
too,
in
on the
shape.
weekends.
Oh yeah,
You
Wind
have to
sprints.
actually stretch and do the founder.
yeah,
Founder.
exactly. Yes. Oh yeah, you need to be trained and prepped, and I
You
was
know-
none of those things.
So it must have been a couple days after this happened. Josh is telling the story at the station, and I'm spitting potatoes on people. It was just like the greatest fucking story. I still to this
And
day.
it's so true.
Yeah, it's,
I wasn't making it up.
it's the greatest fucking story I've ever heard
It
about.
was the worst 8-hour experience of my life. It really was. And it felt like
Oh man.
I was there for over 24 hours. It was like the worst possible
Ooh,
thing I've
this
ever.
day's never gonna end.
It didn't end. It was horrible.
So I have to give it to you because I quit a job the same day I started.
Yeah.
Well, you waited till morning.
I really was trying to go back. I didn't want to screw them over like that, but
Well, the only reason I quit, like, okay, I like an hour in traffic there and back, and it was monstrous. But they were all mean girls, like high school 101. I'm like, you're trying to set each other up. We're in healthcare. No. I'm like, I don't want to work with you.
yeah.
No. So mine's
In the end.
There you go.
Mine is minuscule compared to yours. I was like, yeah, no, you can keep
Not
your
for me.
job. I'll go find another job. You want to be mean girls in high school? Be mean girls, and I'm out. Nope, not doing it.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Oh man. I don't know how we got on that, but that's fucking best story of my whole entire
was.
That
life.
kid almost had a head injury.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
If it
Yeah.
wasn't for her taking one of the ice.
Absolutely. So, there's a lot of stuff that was trying to like look to stuff now in the transport environment that kind of will affect us with these types of head injuries and stuff like this. When you get the person that wakes up violent from the head injury, wakes up with a different type of personality, they're just not acting right. The excited delirium type patient. Jason, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're sitting there allegedly in the county of Lakes,
Big Tony.
yeah, you get Big Tony. You remember Big Tony?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Tony, it's Carlos. Tony, it's Carlos.
Yeah, Tony did not like to hear my name.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a big guy.
Yeah, but he would settle the fuck down a few times. Every time he heard, oh, who's here? Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be good. I saw this man jump from a second story, a true story, wake up from being unconscious, like destroyed a whole engine crew,
Yeah.
and then jumped
Oh.
out of the second story window of this place and kept running.
Oh,
With a broken foot.
Oh.
That's a badass man.
Yeah.
Whoa, is he on?
Yeah. So Jason, you got an excited delirium patient, man. How do you stop that over there in the county of Lake?
It all depends on exactly what's going on because the scene has to be safe. First of all,
The scene is safe.
we have to, and then we have to have air care on standby.
Yeah, absolutely.
there
You
could
better
be a
call-
chance-
Allegedly, yes, you would call.
We need
Air
police.
support, air support. There,
Yeah.
there could be a chance that they're going to have a stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
this is-
probably will have a stroke.
this
yeah.
is a stroke patient.
Pretty sure.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
And then depending on what they're doing, what their history is, we give them some Benadryl, some Haldol, try to calm them down a little bit. And anything more than that, we would have to actually call for orders.
So, man, you going Benadryl Haldol on the people there, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that works awesomely, and that doesn't. And
Yeah.
the biggest thing is with when you're using, Haldol will work. Benadryl will
Eventually.
work eventually.
Benadryl,
It's,
but you gotta wait
takes a while.
30
You
minutes.
You gotta wait, man. You gotta wait on that. So, like, you always need a little bit of benzo to get you through that.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing that
It's one of my favorite drugs.
I love calling patients.
Yeah. But why do you think
Love
verse
calling
said
patients.
is one of those things that they let it use with caution in head injuries?
Why?
You've seen that. It says it in there. It says it in the stuff when you look it up. Use with caution with a head injury.
I mean, I would just assume that it has to do with the blood pressure, lowering the blood pressure.
Absolutely.
Right.
We talked about at the beginning of the show, secondary brain injuries.
Yep.
A lot of times our assessment isn't up to the point that it needs to be. And instead of the doctor teaching you how to assess the patient at that point, they just rather you not give it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fucked
That's
up.
lowering the bar.
It's-
That
yeah,
they-
that's kind
that
of
it feels
fucked
like
up.
they're continuing to do.
So, like, if you give Versed, once you get to the facility that you're going to, they're not necessarily able to assess them the way that they want to.
Yeah, fuck them.
Pretty much.
I'm just saying
And I'll
that's a
tell you
lot
who
of-
says a fuck them is my brother Lewis is a paraplegic.
I agree with you. I'm just
Yeah,
saying that's a lot of the reasons they don't want you to give benzos.
Thrown out of the back of
don't
an
know how to deal
ambulance
with
by a
it.
psych patient.
Mm.
Man's in a wheelchair.
They don't.
More
they don't
all my
wanna
life
wait.
before I was even born. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. I'm telling you is that the reality is that you don't bargain with crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
And people that are not in their right mind, you don't bargain with them
No,
because they're going to
They're
injure
not in their right mind.
and they're going to injure themselves
And you. Yeah.
even further. So you got to like know how to assess this patient.
Absolutely.
So I
We
want to
got
get
a
to
couple
Jason on this
comments.
one.
We had a couple comments
What you got?
from
The first one is a question: Versed or ketamine?
Oh,
That's
was
a great
my next
question.
That's my next question to
Oh,
Jason
yeah.
there. Jason, head injury, ketamine, you would use it, not use it.
I mean, I'm not authorized. I would have to
Call.
get medical control.
But is your
for that. But
preference?
I would
Yes.
give ketamine. Yes.
So there's some shitbag study out there talking about
Mm-hmm.
ketamine and head injuries and stuff like that. Canadians,
Love
you
to
know,
put out studies.
yeah, fucking douchebags. They don't even call ham the right name. They call it bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah, fuck them. So the reality is with this is that there's nothing that shows that ketamine is going to be detrimental to the head injury patient. The reality is it's only going to help out the cerebral perfusion pressure, which is MAP minus ICP.
Yep.
You're not going to drop
Because
the
it
blood
increases your
pressure.
MAP.
Yeah, you're going to increase the MAP. You're going to be better on the cerebral perfusion
Mhm.
pressure. Not to mention that they don't give a fuck and they don't stop breathing, which is our secondary brain injury is
Yeah.
hypoxia.
Hypoxia.
So they're not going to stop breathing. As long as you keep their airway open, they're going to be just fine.
Mhm.
Positional asphyxia will happen with ketamine. And if you don't know that happens and you're a mouth breather, they shouldn't push ketamine.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So like the reality is that you need that medication is going to put them on their ass. And when that medicine wears off, then that'll be the time where that Haldol or the Geodon and those things kind of
Took
kick in.
over.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah, that's probably it. So Will also has a comment. Go ahead.
He says thoughts in Halidol versus Gordon, which I'm
Geodon.
assuming
Geodon,
is the
seriously.
second one.
Geodon.
Yeah.
How
don't really
versus
know how
Gordon's
he
Fisherman? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's a
No,
toss up. I
fishermen.
love fish sticks.
Yeah.
I do too, but no.
You love
You know,
fish.
uh,
You love fish sticks.
Ew.
It all depends. They're both kind of like pretty similar meds. Haldol is not a great med to give IV.
No.
It does.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you give it intramuscular, you're gonna
It
get
takes longer.
takes a little bit longer, but it's safer for the
Agreed.
patient. And so is Geodon. So Geodon
Same,
is
yep.
one of those medicines that you give IV. It will prolong the QT interval, and that
Could
is
mess with
Can
some
mess
of
with
us.
somebody with psych meds
Yes.
already on board.
Yep. And on blood pressure medicines, the AML
Yep.
inhibitors and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So you'll give them a hypertensive crisis if you don't put them into dysrhythmia. So that's why those medications are given intramuscular, which is safer for them. You've got to remember that extravasation into the sub-Q area with Haldol is pretty bad. So that does have a huge thing. And what happens when you're fighting a psych patient? Sometimes you hit an artery. Arterial hits of Haldol, like there's 17 actual court cases and ruling on this, by the way, if you wanted to know that. Arterial hits on Haldol are pretty bad and not cool.
Mhm.
So pretty
I
detrimental.
do have
on
a question.
extremities. Yes.
How are you going to start a line and you don't know it's arterial?
Well, they're fighting you, baby.
I get that.
Yeah. Well, you know,
They're
it's-
side by side.
I also understand that.
yeah.
How do you still not know it's arterial?
Right now, you're not in a heightened adrenaline state.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
trying
never,
to fight off.
Listen, I've never put a line in and been like, you know what?
Me. 'cause
I
he's got
am
my camera
positive
turned
that
off,
is
'cause I
like
won't
I've
say
never questioned it. Like the blood return is a
Yeah.
whole lot different. You
I
can
think-
see it pulsating against that.
Hey.
happens.
A whole nother show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hit on that one for another show.
Yeah.
But the reality is, sedating these patients is huge. The excited delirium patient needs to be diagnosed. We need more education on how to diagnose this. The head injury patient that's acting combative, we need to know how to diagnose this a little bit better. There's not a lot of education involved on this, and I'm not trying to
That's true.
sell
There's
people.
not.
I'm not trying to sell people a class or anything like that. I don't think that there's any class that we have right now that even goes that far into it, Jason.
There's not.
And the reality is that we just need to know that you got to position these patients for their safety, not your safety and theirs, because they are a
Yeah.
danger to themselves, and use the right medicine at the right time for the right patient. So even when they're fighting, you have to get that good assessment in on them. You have to get that heart rate, respiratory rate, skin color, temperature,
Vital signs?
conditions. You know, like as best you can to the best of your ability without injuring yourself or injuring the person, and then give them the right dose of the right medicine.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this on the air
Mm.
because I've really looked into this case. Me and birthday buddy, I've sat there in the office, talked about this. Me and Jason have talked about this before, and this is the thing: the people in Colorado being accused of murder right now for using ketamine on that patient.
Oh yeah. Should not be accused of murder.
That's not true.
No.
No.
There's no way those guys can be given a murder charge on this. The reality is this gentleman didn't die on the scene. He didn't die from positional asphyxia. He died from a bad heart.
Which happens a lot.
It does.
Look at the
A lot of
complaint.
a lot of people don't know that that people have cardiac issues.
Look at the complaint that this kid had before this whole thing. This kid wore a full face mask because he was always cold. He was, had a history of anemia, right? That's what the family called it, right?
Mhm.
So that means what does the cardiovascular system do?
Cold.
It promotes heat.
Yep.
Gets rid, oxygenates and gets rid of CO2.
Mhm.
Yep.
So you think this kid's heart worked like it was supposed to before?
No.
No.
No. Now you make this kid's heart go up 30 to 40 to 50 beats per minute with a
It's
they
gonna
did
pop.
do a high dose of ketamine at the time. Okay. But now this kid's beating hard. Did you reduce the filling time of the heart? You're going to make this kid more hypemic, right?
And
Mhm.
hypoxic.
Hypoxic.
Yep.
Stagnant hypoxia happens there, right? And that's where this kid got an MI from.
Yeah.
He died from a heart attack.
Because he had an undiagnosed cardiac condition.
Unfortunately, is a side effect of the medication.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: don't fight the cops. Don't reach for their guns. You don't die.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Stop
that's
fighting.
where
Don't
I
die.
kind of stand on that. But you cannot accuse paramedics of doing the wrong thing at this wrong time.
No.
Not
They dose
murder.
their patient. I do
No.
think the police are not trained in the excited delirium like they should, and they
Right.
use the medications. And you call us, we're going to medicate the patient for you because you're asking us to, right? So
Right.
now these guys are being held, liable
Responsible.
for the
Yep.
situation, and it's just ridiculous.
Agreed.
No gross negligence. Those guys did not come out of the fire station with the wanting
You're
to
like,
hurt
hey, we're
this
going to
patient.
kill somebody
Yeah,
today.
Absolutely.
No.
No. That
Absolutely.
never happens.
No. So the big thing is that there's a lot of education in these little post injuries, post things that need to be addressed. And
We
I
watched
think-
a few Datelines about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Things are just not, we're in a cultural change right now that is really weird.
Yeah.
It's really strange. And like we are catering to the lowest common denominator
Which
of
we
thinking.
shouldn't, in my opinion.
I wonder where things go from here. But the whole thing is that there needs to be people like us that carry on the other narrative
Absolutely.
and that push the other thing. So
Yeah, the do something.
yes. Anyways, before we leave, Amber, you got anything you want to say to people? No.
Give a shout out to anyone in particular.
No,
No?
right here.
Shout out to myself.
Yeah. What you got, man? Anything? It's good to have you back.
It's good to be
It's good
back.
to see you, Josh.
Yeah, it's good to be back. So
Dude, I miss you.
I'll see
so
everybody
much all
around.
The time. These people are tired of hearing me talk about you all the time. It's good you're here.
We're glad
That's
you're
not
here.
a lie.
I'll be at the air medical class this the end of this month.
Yeah,
all
October.
week.
month.
October.
Yeah,
That's
lot-
awesome.
Yeah. A lot
It'll
of
be
people.
real close to you.
yeah, it's close too.
That's why
Yeah.
you're going to be there.
City of
close.
Claremont, allegedly.
We will be in
Be the
Claremont.
last time we're invited back there, but that's cool.
It will not.
But yeah, man, it's good to have you back, man. You
Yeah.
look good, bro. I tell people I'm excited. It's the most excited I've been in this company in a while. We may not be closing. Just giving people that out there. Sandy, you got anything?
No, nothing here.
Yeah. Sandy's just running from the loss, trying not to let people see her.
On the lamb.
What you got, baby? We got your friend. She's sick.
She is.
So,
And I love her.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it
but
kind of
you
a
wanna-
rough couple days.
I'm gonna go ahead and put up your picture if you wanna
Oh,
talk
there
about
it
that
is.
real quick.
Aw.
There's
Yes.
Jen and Trish there. Jen's
Yep.
been around the
She's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
She precepted me at ORMC.
rough thing. She put on hospice today. and stuff. She been a nurse at the Orlando Regional for like,
A long time.
Yeah.
over
before
20
I
years.
got there, yeah.
Over 20 years, and then she's
She's a
working
phenomenal nurse.
over there in St. Cloud as a nurse manager at nighttime over there. And it's kind of a small, tiny hospital over there in St.
It is.
Cloud. So at nighttime, when the doctors are gone home and stuff, like the ER nurses and
They don't have the resources.
they don't have the
that they need.
resources, and they end up having to go upstairs and run,
Codes.
and do stuff the doctors would normally do. So a lot of times, allegedly in my current job, we would go there to pick up a patient, and Jen be the person we see at nighttime all the time over there. So
I love Jen.
yeah, she's gonna be missed.
A lot.
And she's left definitely a good mark on the world. So I love you, baby. I'm sorry.
I love you.
No, she did her thing.
Yeah, absolutely. What you got, birthday buddy?
Well, since you made Trish cry, I'll go ahead and interject the reminder: don't be an asshole
Please provide good care.
and provide good care. That too. I got like 3 assholes out of my life this week, so it's been a pretty successul week.
Good week.
4 actually.
Yeah.
It's been a great week.
Yeah.
Not all work related. Everybody, calm down.
Yes.
Yeah, I pray and think about all of our people that are still deployed. There's still a lot of devastation going on around our state. There's some devastation up in the Carolinas from Hurricane Ian that came through last week.
Yeah.
Several people are still away from their families, trying to get power back on, trying to save these people that are still trapped on those islands that are detached from the rest of the world now.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad down there. So, including our doc, they're all still gone. Probably be gone for a while. So just everybody be safe. We do still have some close friends in our fire family fighting the cancer fight. Just gonna keep supporting and thinking about them, and do good things.
And hopefully this week we're gonna have a dodgeball date set out.
Yes,
Right. And
I hope
epic
so.
fundraiser.
Yep.
You guys ever heard of pickleball?
yeah,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
pickleball.
We're not doing
gonna-
pickleball.
I know it's a white thing, but
Yeah, we have dodgeball.
it's like the latest white thing.
Yeah, I
You
know.
can duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yeah, so we're going to be
Dodge.
doing a dodgeball tournament here to benefit the couple of people and
Yeah.
families from different situations that have been
I
going
love
on.
dodge.
Yeah, I put feelers out there for places in Seminole, Orange, Lake, Polk, whatever. Any places we have, we'll set some games up, and there might be a championship game.
Yeah,
That
maybe
we'll have
we'll
to-
have like a season.
Yeah, exactly. So
Right
This
now,
might
since,
turn into a league.
right
Yeah.
now, since I don't know if you knew that we voted you dodgeball commissioner
Yeah, I'm in.
and chancellor of the league.
I will.
You know.
I'll accept that.
It comes,
patches. We're calling you patches.
it comes with a cape.
Yeah.
So,
I already got a
It's going
stick.
to be
yeah,
patches.
yeah.
Nobody will know the rules better.
Yeah, that and there is a international world championship wet t-shirt concert. The contest is going to happen
Wait,
At
the
international
dodgeball.
wet t-shirt
Oh.
contest?
at the dodgeball thing.
International,
Oh.
because the Aussies are allowed to come.
Yes, absolutely. yes. So it is true. We are going to be holding this in December. We're going to have a date out to everybody here, and the wet t-shirt thing may or may not be confirmed yet. We'll let you know for sure. That's going to happen. That's
Oh.
coming. Absolutely.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah.
I'll tap into some dark resources and we'll make that happen.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, man. Like as we close it up, it is that things happen in our life that make changes. You know what I mean? And we can either decide that change to be good or decide the change to be bad. You know what I'm saying? So like you have to definitely always steer and lean towards the good. You know what I'm saying? Like and one of the things that I like to say that I've been steering towards the good is that for a long time I've been keeping an open chair at this place. I've said it from the first podcast we've ever had to this podcast now, and I said my man will show up at one point in time. He late, but he showed up. You know, yeah, absolutely. So it's like
My chair was there.
yeah, it was, yeah. I kept my ass on it the whole time.
Warm chair.
Yeah. He does not like to be cold.
Some
Listen,
people
man,
hate it, but I love a warm toilet seat.
In your absence, I've collected a hell of a fucking family to have
Yeah.
here, which is with a
Yeah, I saw the roster on Amanda's meeting. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
with Amanda and Jason and coming in and doing the stuff that they've been doing, which is awesome. And you know, man, it's like one of those things that I have not felt whole in so long doing this stuff till you hear, man. And it's great to have you back. So
Yeah, it feels good to be back.
you know, so you guys will see a
Knock
lot
the
more
dust off, knock the rust off, and I'll start teaching again.
Yeah.
So let everybody. Yeah. Oh, well, we are letting everybody know. I will teach again.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be teaching
He's
again.
coming back. Yeah, thank God. There's a lot of shit that Josh used to teach that I got to teach that I don't like doing. So, till the next time, well, go fuck yourself. Bye.